Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently come into us. This is our lovely 2007 VW Golf Mark 5 GT Sport 170 PS, or a lot of people say 170 brake horsepower. It's actually 168 brake horsepower, and it comes up as 170 PS. So she has covered a little over 100,000 miles. She's in a colour called United Grey, 18-inch alloy wheels, sunroof, leather interior, heated seats, etc. Loads of extras on this particular car, and we've just recently had the wheels refurbished in gunmetal grey. Now I'm going to briefly walk around the car and give you a more detailed view very shortly. Now these videos tend to take about 8 to 10 minutes long, sometimes a bit longer. But I don't really want to bore you or anything like that, but I do like to have a chat. But I just want to tell you what the car is like. So whether you're 2 miles away or 200 miles away, when you come to view the car, it should be as I've described. Now please, these don't expect a brand new car when you come to have a look at it. She is a 2007. She is what, 12 years of age, or over 12 years of age now, covered over 100,000 miles. Fantastic service history. Now I'll tell you a bit about that in a second. Now the reasons why I'm going to hold the camera, let me just move it around here so you've got no glare. Please feel free to do any kind of checks that you want to do, mileages, MOT history, etc. If you need to know about the service history, give me a call. There are 10 services altogether. 2 cam belts or timing belts have been replaced on this car with water pumps. Now if you are looking to buy one of these vehicles, just to let you know, if anyone tells you about the cam belts need to be done every 10 years or 100,000 miles, that's how it was initially, but VW changed that to every 5 years, I think it was, or 80,000 miles, depending on when the car was registered. Okay, so this has already had 2 cam belts done on the vehicle already. Okay, 10 service. I think I might have mentioned there was 10 service. Well, in fairness, there's 9. We're going to be servicing the car. It's going to be an oil and filter and a brake fluid change, because the last service that was done was a full service. It had a fuel filter, pollen filter, etc. That was done by the previous owner. So the reasons why we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We try and tell you how it is. I am human. I don't intentionally go out to miss anything on a car. So if I have, I do apologise. It wasn't done intentionally, but at least it takes away a lot of that stigma, that sort of like, what's the car really going to look like? We've all done it before. We've looked at some photos. Car looks fantastic. Go and view it. It's nothing like you've thought it was going to be. It's probably like a, you know, thousands or millions of people's Instagram photographs. None of them are really real. They're all done like that to make things look absolutely stunning. So these videos are not done to try and pick holes in our cars. They're not. You know, she's 12.5 years of age, over 100,000 miles. She's done 103 on Auto Trader. I advertised it as 100, but I'll put in there that the actual mileage, what it's going to be. To be fair, I love Golf GTI, not GTIs. I love Mark 5 Golfs. I love them with the 170 PS engine, so I'm going to probably tax this car and use it myself, but I'll update the mileage as I do that. Anyway, let's just crack on really, because we're 3.5 minutes into the video. So alloy wheels, as I mentioned, we've just had them refurbished. You've got some new centre caps in there as well. Now we will be putting a new MOT on the vehicle, so anybody who does or is interested in purchasing the car, we will make sure that there is an MOT on the vehicle before you take it away. Okay, so please give us a call if you're looking to take a car away straight away. Give us a call. I don't want to disappoint anybody by they turn up and it's only got a few months worth of MOT. Okay, there's plenty of tread on the tyres. Now what I'm going to do is hold the camera, we'll just move it a little bit. Hopefully you can try and pick up some reflections. It's all good. Paintwork is all nice and bright. There was a couple of little trolley dents on the car. We've had them all removed. There's one sort of dent. I'll show you that in a minute, but our dent man couldn't get to it where it was. I'll show you that very shortly. Okay, hopefully you can pick up lots of tread on the tyres. Front and rear mud flaps. Again, I'm not really going to go into the wheels or anything like that. They are a gunmetal grey. They're a gloss gunmetal grey. We've tried to match them as close to as damn it is to the car itself. Okay, hopefully that looks okay. So This car's got lots and lots of extras. So you got anything from folding mirrors, they weren't standard. You got leather interior, that wasn't standard. You got heated seats, that wasn't standard. This little kiddie up here, sunroof, all opens absolutely fine, works really well, as it should. It's a VW. That wasn't standard, that was an optional extra. Automatic headlamps, optional extra, I think from memory. So you got your heated seats there, and you got your air conditioning. Air conditioning is super cold. 6-speed manual transmission. You got your centre armrest, or a sliding kind of centre armrest. That was an option from memory. There's probably going to be people out there that say to me it was standard. I'm sure that was an option. Standard radio, CD, MP3 player. Inside the armrest, you've got sort of like, I don't think anybody has them nowadays, but an iPod connection in there. Okay, all of the steering wheel, you got all the buttons on there for the steering wheel. You tend to get them on the GTIs really. The GTIs will have like a flat bottom steering wheel, but you've got all the controls on here. I think they call it a Highline sort of onboard computer system on the car. Okay, and then you've got this kind of black, piano black trim. Privacy glass, I think that was an option as well. I know the 18-inch wheels definitely were. Now I have ordered a new set of mats for the car. The old ones that are in there are a little bit grubby, so I've ordered a set of black mats with a nice grey piping. Hopefully that looks all good. Now you've got, when I open the boot, you can actually try and show it through here. You've got a slot that goes into the boot area. So for sort of loading, I think they sort of class them as sort of ski hatches or something like that at the time. Door panels all look good. Let's get round the back of the car. There were a few little stone chips along the door edges. I have touched them all up. Okay. There was a little bit on this moulding. Again, I've touched it up. Okay, but the rest of it's all fine. So the 170 PS or 168 brake horse, they always had them twin exhausts at the back. 2 litre TDI. Let's open up here as well. So you can see that, sorry, that compartment there, like a ski hatch to open up to go into the back seats. All looks nice and clean around here. You have got a space saver spare wheel, locking wheel nut key in there, and the tools. Now we can fit parking sensors. If anyone wants parking sensors fitted to our cars, we can fit it. Works out £199. Excuse me. So let's try and see if you can try and pick up some of the reflections. So what you're basically looking at here is all the I say trees, bit of grass, and that post, that little fence. Okay, hopefully that looks all good. So there was a little chip along here, probably just see it just underneath my finger. I've touched that up. Now the bit I mentioned to you, there was a sort of dent on here, nothing major, it really isn't. You probably wouldn't even pick it up if I didn't point it out now. Just along the bottom of the sill, there's a tiny little kind of trolley dent. Well, I say trolley dent, I don't know how it'll be a trolley dent, but our guy couldn't get into there because it's sort of double skinned. But everything else looks super. Super for a 12.5-year-old car. Okay, tiny little mark there. That's probably me from, I missed out on cleaning. But look at them seats in the back there. They look lovely. Look at all the door shuts. Sorry if I'm a little bit anal about bits and pieces. So what you've also got on here, I know this was an optional extra, the rear vents, believe it or not, and then you've got these cup holders in the back. That was an optional extra. Everything was an extra at the time. Headlining all looks really nice and clean. Let's just show you the passenger side. So we're up to about 9.5 minutes, so I'll try and move this along. All looks fine. Adjustable height seat for the driver and the passenger. And if you're wondering what these are, these are all to do with sort of lumbar support. They sort of pump up the centre of the seat, and then you've got the side bolster bits all pump up. Okay, glove boxes in there, I mentioned, 6-speed manual transmission. Now over here you can probably have a good look at the seat. It's not going to be a brand new seat, to be fair guys, but this is probably the best side where you can see any kind of wear. There's no real bad fraying or anything like that. All looks fine to me. Got your little kind of little puddle lights that come underneath the mirrors. Plenty of tread on the tyres. Now there are a few stone chips along here. I've touched them up. There's one along this edge here, and there was 1 or 2 along there, but nothing major. I think there were 1 or 2 along this door edge, but I've done them already. Okay, so probably the worst bit about the car, anything like this, will tend to be the front end of a vehicle. She's done over 100,000 miles, just over 103,000 miles. You're going to have a few little stone chips here and there, but nothing major. Okay, I've touched up as many as I possibly can. There was about, along the leading edge of the bonnet, there was probably about half a dozen. Actually, I'm probably telling a lie. There's about 4 there. You can probably just see them if I sort of zoom in. But again, if I was taking a photo from here, you wouldn't pick any of that up. This is the reason why we do the videos. Okay, so there's another bit here. Now I have touched it up as best as I possibly could. I didn't want to start painting bumpers, and at this age of car you might not get them to match, etc. But along in between the fog lamp and that trim there, you can probably see I've touched up. There's a few little marks along here. I've done my very best to touch them up for you. Okay, and there's a couple of little touch-ups just up there. Alright, again, if I took a photograph from there, you wouldn't see any of that. But that is what I would probably say is the worst bit about the car. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're 12 minutes in now. So I'm going to just briefly tell you about our warranties. So we have 2 different companies that we use, and I'll be as brief as possible, about 30 seconds or so. 2 different warranty companies we use. We give you 6 months included in the price of the car. It's not a cheap warranty. It's not a £25. We'll cover you for a, you know, tuppence halfpenny. Will only cover you for up to £250. No, our warranties will be up to the cost price of the car. So any claims that you make against them, it will be anything up to £2,000 to the total cost of the car. If you sorry, there's another car coming along, so that's, I've just done my train of thought. In terms of how the warranties work, they all are done on 100% parts and labour paid for. Okay, so you only pay first kind of excess fee, like with most insurances, because the warranties are like an insurance. You pay the first £75. As long as a warranty has been authorised by the warranty company, they're going to go ahead and do the work for you. They will pay for everything. All you pay is the first £75. I do as many add-ons as I possibly can: aircon, suspension, emissions, etc. We don't just give you a basic warranty. I try and do whatever I can. You know, it is a used car that you're buying. It's not a brand spanking new car, but I'll try and give you the best cover out there. I give you the options, the 2 different companies. You go out there, you do your own sort of homework. TripAdvisor, Trustpilot, etc. See which one, who you want me to use for you, and I'll set up the warranty. If you want to upgrade it, you can do. You can upgrade it for another 6 months, giving you 12 months in total. That's 99 quid, or you can have another full year, 2 years, 3 years. Anyway, so I've babbled on far too much. We've got to 14 minutes. I do apologise. So if you're interested in this car, pick up the phone, send me a text, send me an email. I'll get back to everyone. Not everybody replies, but I can understand we're all busy nowadays. But I will reply to every inquiry that comes in. So thank you again for your time, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.